Hey, are you a Steelers fan? If so, I got something to tell you, but I'm gonna need you to come a little bit closer. A little closer. A little bit closer. Are you ready? I think Big Ben's done. I, I do. I think Big Ben's done. I have the pleasure of living in Northeast Pennsylvania, so when you don't have the NFL ticket, the games that they put on TV are, your New York, your Giants, your Jets, your Steelers, your Eagles. So I had the unfortunate pleasure of having to sit through the Steelers Bengals game. This is going to be more so about the Steelers. So I want to give a shout out to the Bengals. Joe Burrow looked good. Jamar Chase, congratulations! I'm glad you finally learned how to catch the NFL football, even though you've been pretty good since the regular season started. I was a little concerned you were dropping passes in the preseason, but you've been fantastic. Tyler Boyd quietly having a good year. Joe Mixon, I think coming into this week was the second leading rusher in the NFL, and Joe Burrow again looks pretty good coming off of that ACL injury. The Steelers, they came in to today with some injuries, and then Claypool got banged up. Obviously, they didn't have T.J. Watt. They were down a bunch of guys. Finally, a bright spot for them was that Najee Harris, first round stud running back that they drafted, who was actually one of my fantasy running backs, finally had himself a good day. Congratulations. I think he caught like 11 passes. He just kept leaking out, and Ben kept finding them. And man, when he gets the ball in his hands, like, he can make guys miss, and he can drag people, and he's tough to bring down. He's a big boy. Hopefully they continue to get him involved. Again, like I said, Claypool was down. Deontay Johnson did not play today. Claypool got banged up. Juju Smith-Schuster was there. They did get the guy from Penn State, the rookie tight end, Furmuth, whatever his name is. I live in Pennsylvania. I should know this. I don't like Penn State, but he caught a touchdown. But I mean, I just think Big Ben's done. That's just my opinion. Class of '04. He's the one first-round quarterback that's still kicking. Eli packed it in a couple years ago. Philip Rivers realized it was his time last year. And Big Ben, I think like 3 years ago, said he was, thinking about retiring. And then he, made some life changes. And here he is. And last year, I guess, he had a pretty good year. He was in the MVP conversation for most of the year. But coming off the UCL injury. But last year, I saw the lack of, arm creeping. This year, every time, man, every time. This year, it's not like I feel like I could see right now, early on, 3 weeks in, his arm looks fine. He's just making very bad decisions that I think he's always made. But I think he was just able to get away with some of them when he was a little younger, a little more athletic, and yes, had a little bit stronger of an arm. I think he was able to get away with some of the relax. Some of the decision making that he made today, because he had some. He put the ball in harm's way a bunch. He had some interceptions, and it just did not look good. So, unfortunately for the Steelers, their backups. I mean, Mason Rudolph, I think we all know that it's not going to be him, but he's been the backup for like 4 years now. Ever since, Myles Garrett dented his head in, I think we all realized that it wasn't going to be him. And then they have Dwayne Haskins, former first-round pick, but, I mean, he couldn't even make it like 2 years with the Washington football team, so who knows about him. But I do think at the end of this year, they should definitely look at potentially not trying to retool it for Ben, because you ain't gonna win a Super Bowl, and hell, you might not even win that division trying to retool it for Ben. You might have to suffer through some rebuilding, but you still have a young receiving core. You have Najee Harris. I think it might be time to look for an actual replacement, not Mason Rudolph or Dwayne Haskins or Duck Hodges or whoever you're gonna trot out there. Because again, you look at that division. Cleveland's got Baker. Baltimore has Lamar, and Cincy has Burrow. So they're going to be good for a while, those teams. So I think if you're Pittsburgh, I don't think with Ben you can win a Super Bowl. You'll probably make the playoffs, maybe even win a playoff game, but I think he's pretty much done. I mean, Mike Tomlin's just great. Doesn't matter what you give him, he'll probably finish above 500, so they have a shot at making the playoffs. But I think it's time with that defense, when healthy, they should definitely look into either drafting someone or bringing someone in, like a free agent. You look to Carolina Panthers, got Sam Darnold. He's doing pretty well. They're 3-0. The Broncos got Teddy Bridgewater. They're 3-0. The Saints kept Jameis. They plucked him out of obscurity. He's doing all right so far this year. Really killed my Packers. He's been okay other than that. But, it's probably time for the Bengals to, or not the Bengals, it's probably time for the Steelers to move on, to start looking at that. And, Big Ben, probably his time at the end of this year to just kind of ride off into the sunset. That's just my opinion. I'm not a Steelers fan. That's just what I saw today watching this one game. I could be completely wrong. Big Ben could turn it on. I don't think he's going to. That's that. Thank you for watching. Sorry, Pittsburgh fans. Didn't mean to offend your guy. I'm sure you have a lot of love for him. I would feel the same way if someone started bashing Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre. Is what it is. I have no affinity, so I'm going to say what I need to say. Appreciate you watching. Like the video. That helps. Subscribe. And again, Pittsburgh fans, sorry.